Hello, everyone. Welcome to another Discord AMA. You know what we do here every single week. We try to bring in different projects so you can learn a bit more about what they're doing and what they're building, especially within this market. I'm Vladimir, Marketing Director here at CertiK, here hosting you guys. So, um, today our guest is Kromatika DAO. We have our two speakers here. Could you guys please introduce yourselves? Tell us a bit about who you are, what you do. Oh, there's three of you. My bad. Who you are, what you do, and one question I do like to ask is how did you specifically get into Web3?
Okay, I will take the first part. Hi, my name is Danny Yo, and yeah, I'm with Kromatika DAO since January last year already. And how came I? How did I come into Web3? That's a good question. I'm always looking for, let's say, opportunities and for growth and for improvements. And I think Web3 and the DeFi section is a area where we can improve a lot and where I see a lot of potential. And that's why I'm digging here, and that's why I want to bring my point of view and my experience within let's say into Chromatica DAO. And I mostly work as a community manager in the growth guild. So I'm here in the Telegram chat, in the Twitter chat. I'm around for AMAs. Lately, I had an AMA with Aaron. So yeah, we're just trying to present our idea of DeFi and our idea of our products and our improvements for Web3.
Thank you.
Awesome stuff, Danny. Hi, my name is Rio, also known as CT Mir. I'm also part of the Growth Guild, and I joined Chromatica DAO around about the same time Danny joined as well. How I got into Web3? Well, I was in crypto for quite a number of years, but I've just been an active community member in the chats, and I suppose something clicked within the team and I joined the team. I also have some marketing background in Web 2, which I carried into Web 3 as well. And I handle the marketing side and the growth activities along with rich culture and partnerships as well.
Hey, I am Rich, and I've been with Chromatica since March of last year, so it's been 1 year. Happy birthday to me. I've been with, yeah, so I am part of the Growth Guild as well. How I got into Web3 is an interesting question. Honestly, I was looking for uh, okay, so I need to make a short story of how I discovered crypto. The first time
Do
I
it.
found crypto was when Bitcoin was about 150 USD. Okay. And I thought, okay, great. It's going to maybe not be that great. I saw Ethereum at $7 and I thought, what is Ethereum? I didn't understand any of it. And because I was extra cautious, I didn't buy any of it. Okay. And yes. Well, so long story short, fast forward, I saw the growth in the crypto market, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and that got me interested in the cryptocurrency markets. I was always a central exchange user. Uh, and then we started seeing probably maybe 1 or 2 years, probably about a year ago, I started noticing Uniswap and 1inch and these decentralized exchanges, DEXs. And to be honest, I first started purchasing those tokens simply because of price growth potential. And in one of the subreddits, I was kind of researching on 1inch, and somebody mentioned Chromatica, and they said it does everything 1inch does, and it's better. And so that got me interested. Who is Chromatica? What does Chromatica do? And that's how I entered the Discord, and I was looking at some of the real challenges that they were solving, and they were solving challenges or pain points, which was precisely the reason I never wanted to use a DEX. Okay. And these guys, Chromatica, were solving those problems. And I was like, oh, this has immense potential. I am interested. I like what they're doing. And so I got involved with the community. And long story short, I got involved with the team, now part of the core contributors. I help with a bit of business development, a bit of marketing, a bit of community management, Twitter, editing content. So that's my great long story. So, word to the wise, if ever you guys were one of them who saw Bitcoin or Ethereum at 150 or $7, please say I'm not the only one who didn't buy. I would love to hear that. So that's me. Yeah.
Guys, thank you for the introduction. That's I did not find Ethereum at those prices or Bitcoin at those prices, so I cannot say that I was one of those people. But it's always interesting to hear those stories where it's like, yeah, I had heard about it and then I didn't do anything, and then look at it now, and then it's like I could have been a millionaire, and it's like, but whatever. The past is the past. We're not going to dwell on it. We're here now, and that's all that matters, right?
Yeah, that's true.
So,
100%.
for those who don't know, and obviously we're gonna share this on our Twitter as well and our YouTube, so we'll make sure to get this episode out there as well. But for those who don't know within the community, what exactly is Kromatika? What does it do, and what does it solve for?
Okay, great question. I will kind of answer that because I kind of touched on it on how I discovered this project earlier. So, Kromatika, we are Kromatika DAO. It's a project for the community, by the community. I will start off with what the aim or the mission of Kromatika is. It is to become a one-stop solution, decentralized exchange for users by providing various trading solutions, be it swap, the best rates through aggregators, be it cutting edge limit orders that Kromatika has, or perpetuals, or even perhaps later on, Rio or Danny would touch on the gasless swap that we're bringing in. So basically, we want to provide users who migrate from Web 2 or centralized exchanges to the Web 3 community. If you're looking for a platform that helps you trade decentralized without having to do your KYC and all of those things, but at the same time, uh, solve the pain points that are involved in decentralized exchange trading, because let's face it, it's not cheap, I would say, to kind of trade. There's all sorts of things, not just gas fees. There are like bot attacks, there is price slippage, then all of these different pain points that come with decentralized exchange, where if you're a centralized exchange user, you really don't bother about these things. So Kromatika aims to be that project which solves your pain points, reduces friction as much as possible, and tries to ensure that you have the smoothest decentralized trading experience possible. So what inspired the creation of Kromatika Finance? It was actually founded by two developers. They're the founders of Kromatika. They're not with the team anymore. But uh, just because of these pain points that I mentioned, and specifically to do with limit orders, because swaps, market spot buys are there in all DEXs. Uh, it's not a big deal. It's not like a cutting edge solution. But when it came to limit orders, specifically with DEXs, we did not have, when I say we, the decentralized community, trading community, did not have a good solution that could rival limit orders offered in centralized exchanges, for example. So maybe I'll touch upon the limit orders later on, but the main story is they brought about a solution using the concentrated liquidity of Uniswap V3, implementing Chainlink Keepers to settle the trades. And in doing so, they got rid of price slippage, which affected all your limit orders on other exchanges. They got rid of the pesky front running bots that kind of constantly ate on your orders, so kind of stealing away from your orders. They got rid of the swap fees, and they automated the whole process the advantages or the innovation of Uniswap v3. They automated all of it through Chromatica's limit orders, and they submitted this idea. They actually started this as an experiment. They said, let's see what happens of this. So they did all of this and they submitted this idea at the Chainlink Fall Hackathon in 2021. And Chromatica got awarded an On the Rise award. So that's what started. And it was like, oh, we really actually have a working product here. And that's what started Chromatica. Even the word Chromatica, the name, is a word play on the term automatic. So basically, they automated limit orders. They wanted to say it's automatic. They just put in a K and say Chromatica. That's the big
Clever.
story behind the name. Yeah. So that's what founded Chromatica. We just wanted to solve problems that DEX users face, and that inspired the creation of Chromatica Finance. Yeah.
Awesome, thank you. So, how does Chromatica Finance differ from other DeFi platforms out there? You know, what makes you unique? Why should, people gravitate to you a bit more than the others?
Sure. So I think culture covered quite a broad aspect of what is Chromatica. Chromatica's aim is to become a one-stop DEX for all DeFi users. To offer competitive swaps, like we're already offering competitive swaps, perpetual tradings, and later on I'll mention more in detail about gasless swaps, to our flagship product, which is the fee earning limit orders. We try to put all these different features into one platform, which is the Chromatica DEX, and this truly gives the user a one-stop DEX experience. And we also continue to add features requested by community members to improve user experience, which is truly making it the one-stop shop for all.
Thank you, thank you. So, can you share a bit of information surrounding your fellow product, FELO, fellow? I'm hoping I'm saying that correctly. The fees earning limit orders product, right? And how exactly it works?
So let me jump on that question. So our FELO, how we call it, like fees earning limit orders, are limit orders that are running on top of Uniswap v3 because of the unique mechanics within these pools from the v3. And currently, as of we know, there are no other DEXs in the space offering such kind of features. And you act kind of like a liquidity provider into the pools, and you will earn liquidity providing fees while your limit order is executing. And that's why we call it fees earning limit orders. And and the most on the most popular platforms, limit orders are delayed swaps, and your data will be stored on a centralized database, and then will be arbitraged when the price is right, and when the arbitrage dude decides to trade with your order. So even when your price is getting passed on order limit orders, it can't be happening that your order won't be executing. So this won't happen for our FELO orders, because when the price range is passing your liquidity providing range, your order will be executed, and due to our smart contract with the Chainlink Keepers, will be executed and sent to your decentralized wallet.
Thank you. So another question I had was, so how does Chromatica use Chainlink Keepers to automate limit orders on Uniswap v3? And how do you monitor the asset price action in real time? Like, what benefits does this offer to the traders on the platform?
Yep, that is a really cool question. So, just to give a background on Chainlink Keepers, they are smart contracts that follow. I mean, they are smart contracts that you can assign specific conditions to. So they will perform the conditions you assign them. So in the case of Chromatica, we have two functions that have implemented with our Chainlink Keepers that we have assigned. The first one would be, it's called check upkeep. So this is a function for checking all Uniswap V3 limit orders, or when I say Uniswap V3 limit orders, I am talking about those placed by Kromatika, like my colleague Danny just mentioned, that when you place a limit order through Kromatika, you're actually placing a position on a Uniswap V3 pool. So say you're trying to do a trade, limit order ETH USDC. So, and you want to maybe, I don't know, sell Ethereum for USDC. You have Ethereum that you want to sell. And when you place a limit order through Kromatika, you become a liquidity provider on the Uniswap V3 pool with your Ethereum for your price range. So the first function of the Chainlink Keeper that we have assigned is these keepers will check the limit orders submitted by the users that are eligible for closing. And what is the criteria for closing? It is when market price surpasses target price range. So you have a specific target that you want to liquidate your Ethereum to USDC. And this target price, once the market price crosses it, is when we say that, okay, the limit order was successful. So we have assigned keeper bots to monitor the asset's price, market price in real time, and to compare it with the user's target price. So that's the first function. And the next function of the keeper would be, in quotes, perform upkeep. So once these keepers look at your limit order and say market price has crossed your target price, it returns, it says like, okay, this function returns a true value and it will close that limit order automatically. So basically what Chainlink Keepers do, what we have employed them to do is to constantly check on your asset price in real time, market price, and to compare it with your target price. And the moment the market price uh, crosses your target, it will close it. It'll close the limit order. It will withdraw, liquidate your holdings, return it to your dashboard, including your LP fees. So that's what Chainlink Keepers do for us. And just to be very clear,
Think we're losing you.
hey, sorry,
Are
where
you
did
there? Are you?
I think I got front run bot attack right now. Oh my God. Well, so I was talking about Chainlink Keepers, and I don't know where I lost you guys. I'm sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we can hear you now.
Yeah. Okay. So I have no idea where you guys lost me.
Yeah, I think you were going in the weeds a little bit there, and that was totally fine. Um,
Okay.
I think you were about to get into LP. You're talking about LP fees also earning them as well.
Oh yeah, I was.
yeah.
I was kind of talking about Chainlink Keepers, how they automatically, long story short, before I got bot attacked, long story short is Chainlink Keepers will monitor your asset price in real time. It will compare it with the market price. And the moment market price crosses your target price on the limit order, it will automatically close your trade, withdraw all your liquidated, let's say, ETH to USDC, so your USDC earnings into your dashboard, and along with your liquidity providing fees, because you were a liquidity provider on on a Uniswap V3 pool with your Ethereum. So one important note to kind of mention is that Chainlink Keepers are not manually operated. They are smart contracts. They have no hosted servers, and we have no third-party legacy applications. So this closing and processing of limit orders using Chainlink Keepers is a very decentralized manner of doing it, as opposed to, let's say, limit orders on other DEX platforms which have a centralized database, and there's arbitrage happening by the market makers. So it is 100% decentralized limit order. That's what we have achieved using Chainlink Keepers. Kromatika does not hold any data from the limit order on any database. So that's how we use Chainlink Keepers. Yep.
Got it. So, bots, you did not win this time because he was able to finish his answer.
That's right.
Now, regarding the fees on Chromatica's limit orders, right? So, can you walk us through an example of how the traders benefit on these limit orders and how they can earn additional fees from them?
Yeah, I will take this question. So, as I mentioned earlier, um, with the fee low, like the fees earning limit orders, you earn on top of your order you're placing. So basically, when you're doing a swap, you pay for the pool, or the pool is charging you for using the pair, and there's a slippage price you will pay because of the trading happening. So when you use the FILO feature, so the fees earning limit orders, you become a liquidity provider. And with this liquidity provider, you're setting a target in a specific range within the Uniswap V3 pool. So as the price or the trading passes your range, your order will be executed and you will get the chosen token pair. Only direct pairs to state will be executed, and you will get the other token pair extracted to your wallet. And just to have a little kind of comparison between a direct swap and a FILO. At the direct swap, you have some kind of pool swaps, like for stable 0.05%, or for the most pairs 0.3%. You need to pay just to be able to trade the pair, or sometimes even 1% plus the slippage you will have because of your trading happening. So if you put 100% in, you will lose the first small amounts within a direct swap because of the fees and because of the slippage. And with the FILO, you will still have the on-chain costs, of course, because it's not for free to use the chain, but you will have your 100% value, putting it into the LP or into the liquidity. And like I told, once your price range is getting traded, you will be executing your order, or it will be executed automated by the Chainlink Keepers, and they will withdraw your swapped or your other pair token, and you will get the additional fee earning token on top of that. So that's kind of the main difference between it, because you're the liquidity provider and you're not just simply swapping into a liquidity pool, and so you don't need to pay the fees of the normal kind of guy swapping a token from A to B. So basically, at the end, you will earn additional income on top of the order. And the most times, I think it's always, you will earn more than the costs of the trade. So when you trade A to B, like a normal swap, you will always lose because of the costs as the fees and the slippage. If you trade FILO and your order gets executed, you will earn on top of it, and you will hold your 100% of token amount that was worth the buy. So that's the main change or the main difference between those two options. And yeah, we have a FILO tutorial on our homepage, or we have tutorials for all of our features, and I will post it in the group chat later on, so people can join in and look at the tutorial and check on their own.
Awesome.
Can I
Sorry.
just add
Go ahead.
a point in addition to what Danny just said?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so using the FILO, here's another cool feature that we discovered because our community was trading it. Some of these tokens have taxes attached to them. I don't know what they call them, taxable tokens, taxable. I don't know. There's a sales tax and all of that stuff. If you're familiar with those kind of tokens, so as long as they're on Uniswap V3 pool, if they have a Uniswap V3 pool, and you use a FILO or a limit order through Kromatika, you will not have to pay any tax. You will actually beat the system again, you will bypass the tax on these taxable tokens. So we had a couple of very, very happy users who had like 8% tax tokens, and they used Philo, and they were super, super happy that they didn't have to pay taxes. But in addition, they got paid fees because of LP providing, And another cool feature would be when you look at the analytics, just to say how happy the users are. When you look at the analytics of returning users and the first-time users, 50 to 60% of first-time limit order users on Kromatika are returning users, and that is a very, very high um, benchmark in an industry where usually products or market products, they expect at least 10% to return. With Kromatika limit orders, we have 50 to 60% returning rate. So we have very, very happy users. Yep, that's all.
Happy users is always a good thing, right? So, regarding Kromatika, how do you guys offer 100% decentralized limit orders without the front running bots that like to interrupt interviews?
Yeah. So it's because of bringing different mechanics together, because of our Chainlink Keepers keeping track of the order you were setting, and because of the fact that you're working or you're acting like a liquidity provider into the pool. So it's like as the Chainlink Keepers are monitoring your open position into the pool, it's like a set and forget type mechanism, because you can just switch off your computer. Okay, once my price target range is reached, my token pair will be executed, and I will get this the other token. So you can just leave it open for a day, for a week, or for a month even. Just it needs to bypass your liquidity price range where you set your liquidity, and it's fully automated. Like I said, the Chainlink Keeper is keeping track on it, so you don't need to worry. The only thing you really need to do and to keep track on is that you deposited Chrome into our DApp, because Chrome token will be used as service fee token. So the order will be executed, and the service fee token will be taken to pay Chainlink Keepers. So that's the one most important fact that you need to take care of. And after that, you can just set and forget and wait for the execution of your limit orders. Yeah.
And I
just
will
let me-
add.
Okay,
Sorry.
yeah, just Rich. It's okay. You want to take it? No?
Oh yeah, no. So just to add on to that, the reason we would say we are decentralized, like Danny said, because of Chainlink Keepers. And I think I mentioned it earlier about Chainlink Keepers is not run by third party or hosted on servers. So these are decentralized bots, smart contracts that monitor your positions off chain. And because so number one, you are a liquidity provider, so there is no price slippage involved. Again, this is off chain, so you don't have bot attacks involved. And because once the market price crosses your target price, Chainlink Keepers automatically closes the trade and withdraws your output tokens into your DApp. Again, there's no price slippage there. And that's why we say it is a decentralized limit order. If you compare with other limit orders, we term it internally. Kromatika terms it as other DEXs offer limit orders as a form of a delayed swap. So where they have makers and takers, and they look for arbitrage opportunities, as they must, because they need to make profit. It's not charity work or market makers. So, and that's why sometimes if you have experienced limit orders on other decentralized exchanges, you would see even after price crosses your target price, even after market price crosses your target, sometimes or 50% of the time, your orders are unfilled. It's because of the maker taker mechanism, and they're hosted on centralized databases. So we don't have any of those things. It is decentralized, it is efficient, it's automatic. As long as you're not trading a token that has very low liquidity or some like honeypot token or whatever, um, any other token with sufficient volume on Uniswap V3, you can be almost rest assured that it will be filled 100%, and as soon as price crosses your target, it will be automatically withdrawn with no third party interference, decentralized 100%. Yep, so that's it. Oh, since I still have your ears, here's here's another cool thing. Here's another
Oh
cool thing.
no!
Yeah. So remember, you are a liquidity provider and you start earning LP fees as soon as the price enters your target price. So what happens? Here's an interesting question for you to think about. But I will answer it, of course. But what happens if market price enters your price range, but then it dips down again? Do you earn the LP fees? Do you keep it or do you lose it as soon as market price gets out of it? It hasn't crossed your target yet. It came close to it. It entered your price range, but then it dipped again. So what happens then? The
That's a
answer
good
is
question.
a good question. Danny, do you want to answer it?
Yeah, your fees getting accrued. So every time your range is getting touched, you earn fees.
Exactly. So say the market price came into my price range, I start earning. It hasn't crossed my target yet, but it entered my price range. You start accruing LP fees. And then the price dips. Your LP fees are still there. Your limit order is still active. It dips. Leave it. You'd set and forget. You come back again, and maybe the market price is again coming into your price range. You start earning LP fees again on it. All right. So all of this LP fees basically gets accrued every time market price enters your price range. And the moment it crosses it, guess what? You get all of that LP fees along with your output token, 100% filled, no bot attacks, no price slippage, no swap fees, and you will be very, very happy and part of the 50 to 60% returning limit order users. So, yep, the bottom line is any limit order on Uniswap V3 pools or tokens, major tokens that you want to do, I would really encourage you to kind of try out the limit orders on Kromatika, and I guarantee you will not use any other limit order. And I will end my speech with that.
Thanks, Rich. Vladimir, are you
Thank you.
awake?
Vlad.
Can you
Okay,
hear me?
Vlad.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can
Yes,
Yes,
hear.
we can.
I was sitting here talking to myself the entire time. This is
really.
weird.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I don't know why
So
why there wasn't any audio coming from my end. I was like here. No,
I think
I what the joke that you guys missed was, hey, do you have any more questions that you want to ask yourself so you can answer them? But no one heard it, and I'm like, oh, I guess that was a really bad joke because
oh
Oh
my
man.
no
god.
one replied to it. I was like, no, what's up?
Okay, what happened, Vladimir, is you experienced price slippage right there.
Oh,
Oh my god.
the, the the price slippage got me. That's not fair.
Oh my god. Yeah.
You can do better.
So, apologies about that. So,
No problem.
can we talk a little bit about the advantage of Chromatica's gas swap feature?
So, Chromatica partnered with Bioconomy to bring swapping convenience for its users since last year. So, what is gasless swaps? Essentially, you won't need a native token to pay for gas fees when swapping from token A for token B. For example, when you're on layer 1 ETH and you trade Link for USD, you need to pay for gas in ETH. So this eliminates the whole process. Instead, the swap fees gets paid from the output token from the swap. This definitely makes it easier for the user to interact with their funds. Gasless trading is currently live on Polygon, and we're currently in a closed beta phase for Arbitrum Gasless. So within days or around about days, we should be going live for Arbitrum Gasless completely. If you'd like to try Arbitrum Gasless, you are welcome to join our Discord community and we'll share the link from there.
Can you hear me again? Just wanted to make sure.
Yeah,
Yes,
we
yes,
can.
I can.
I'm just kidding. Sorry. So
Rich Culture, do you want to add anything on there?
yeah,
Yeah.
'cause- yeah.
Before
You know
you
what? That's what
proceed,
we're gonna.
Vladimir.
That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna ask the question. The first person who answers who's not Rich will answer it, and then be like, "And Rich, time for you to chime in. What are you gonna say now?"
Okay, so I mean, uh, here's a popular question that some of the uh, decentralized exchange users ask when they first heard about gasless swap released on Polygon. They were like, but Polygon's gas fees are already low. Why do you need gasless? And again, when you put it on to Arbitrum, again, gas fees on Arbitrum are lower than mainnet. Why would you need gasless? The answer is very simple. Um, every time I want to swap, I'm not talking about limit orders, just swapping. I don't want to have to use my Ethereum or Matic, or in some cases, if your Ethereum is in cold storage, I don't want to buy Ethereum specifically or transfer Ethereum specifically for swap. This is really inconvenient. And just like uh, our mission is to reduce friction and to kind of bring some sort of centralized exchange convenience to the users of decentralized exchanges, we have implemented gasless swap. So if I wanted to swap something that is not a gas fee, let's say Arbitrum token, ARB to USDC, I can switch on the gasless swap and I can just trade my ARB for USDC. And all the gas fees are taken out of my output token, which would be USDC in this case. So I don't need to be holding Ethereum for any swap. I don't need to buy Ethereum for any swap. Is it convenient? Exactly, it is. But if you don't want to use gasless, don't use it. Pay Ethereum, pay with Ethereum, and swap. So we are bringing convenience for your usage. If you like it, you will use it. But what I feel is everybody's going to use it. We term it the new normal. Yep. So that's that.
Boom.
I know how I'm gonna keep entering into these questions from now on. It took me a while to realize it, but so. What are the future plans for Kromatika, and how do you see it evolving in the DEX space?
Well, for the immediate future, we got awarded our 300k OP grant last year, October. Um, and we have various plans in terms of liquidity mining, creating pools. We have gasless refunds as well and airdrops for limit orders on Optimism. We will be carrying that out in the immediate future. And in addition to that, like I mentioned, we will be doing gasless Arbitrum soon. So once that's completed, we will then do Optimism and Ethereum gasless as well. Um, we also started offering a feature called Swapbox solution. So basically, we integrate with other protocols a swap feature for them so they don't have to build it from scratch. For example, they can easily integrate this through an iframe so it basically becomes plug and play. In addition to that, Kromatika DAO is always evolving in a sense is because community members bring proposals forwards. For example, we had someone bring forward a Liffy cross chain aggregator proposal, which was recently passed. So community members can always bring in ideas. We discuss them within our channels, and then if the proposal gets approved, it goes through snapshot voting, and then the engineering guild implement them within the framework of their time. Yes, and then in addition to that, we also recently received a 75K Arbitrum airdrop thanks to the user activity on Arbitrum through our DEX. And we're still in discussions on how to put that to good use for our community. We build with the community in mind because it is essentially a project, a protocol for the community by the community. Rich Culture, are you
Thank
there?
you, Rio, for that. Yeah, we're really
You-
good. So now, we got the in-depth answer from Rio. What's the additional that you have to add here? Just curious.
Well, Danny, did you want to say anything? I saw you unmuted.
I was just laughing.
Oh, okay. Right. So, in the case of moving forward, we also have a potential on-off ramp that we may be integrating. That is another thing that we will be putting in. We just released a DApp update on the UI. So, if you would compare the version 1 with the current version 2, it's like day and night. It's made it easier for lack of better words, crypto noobs and crypto veterans to use, especially with limit orders. The workflow, the data, everything is much more detailed with the new UI, which we just released. I think was it one week or 2 weeks? It was very recently released. So that was released. The next would be Arbitrum Gasless. Then we will move on to Optimism. We will be integrating the bridge, Li-Fi, however you pronounce it. Then there's an on-off ramp. We are constantly expanding. Um, and with the 75K ARB, like Rio mentioned, we will be discussing with the community. And I think we might also probably get on the governance side of Arbitrum. So that is the future plans for Chromatica. And I'm not sure if I had mentioned this earlier, but because on Arbitrum, one of our biggest users would be Umami DAO, which was formerly Umami Finance. They switched over from. Okay, so this is a bonus since you asked me to speak. This is a bonus for everybody. Yeah, so so previously in early 2022 or before prior to that, Umami DAO was using SushiSwap to manage their treasury operations, but they discovered Philo or the limit orders of Chromatica, and they switched over early 2022 to Chromatica's limit orders. They are I would say the biggest users for limit orders on Arbitrum currently, and they use it for their treasury operations, and they are super happy because it's freed up a lot of liquidity for them. And so they do give us really valuable feedback in kind of how it works and as a user, the user experience. So that was a little bonus. Umami is one of our biggest users in terms of limit orders. We are offering Swapbox. Recently, there is rather an upcoming Arbitrum protocol called Array Finance, and they are the first protocol to actually integrate Chromatica's MetaDex aggregator. Uh, quick plug for the MetaDex aggregator. You will always get the best rates because it is an aggregator of aggregators. We basically send out quotes to 1inch 0x project, and at that instant, we will give you the best prices with the lowest slippage. So it is a really good aggregator, which Array Finance has integrated into their protocol. We do have plans later on to kind of do the similar version for the limit orders. So because Kromatika has done the heavy lifting, protocols that want to offer limit orders to their users can just implement the Philo box as well. So these are our plans, and that would take the whole of 2023, I assume. Yeah, so these are our plans. I am glad you all asked.
Well, I'm glad that you have all these answers, ready to go. It's like a little sprinkle on top. It's like, here you go. It's a little extra. So,
That's right.
before we close out, I wanted to get a couple of questions that were sent to us by the audience. So you guys would be okay answering. All good to
Yeah,
go with
sure.
that? All right. First question. Oh, I know this guy. I've seen his name all over my screen in the last 2 weeks. And I'm sorry if I say your name incorrectly. Shisher. Shisher. I'm gonna say Shisher. I think that's how it is. If it's incorrect, my apologies. Also, that I think he won $100 last week. So thank you that you're here. During the build of your project, do you take into account any of the community feedback or demands to further expand new ideas for the project? I know you spoke about earlier happy community members, so this hits right there.
Yeah, I will answer this question. Rich, I saw you were talking. No. Sorry. No,
Go for it.
yeah. Basically, we are kind of on a daily basis interacting with our community members, and for our new UI for the swap or for the DApp, we had a deeper kind of crowd of the community testing and suggesting features for the DApp. And yeah, we're definitely listening. Like Rio said, we are built by the community for the community. So everyone that got suggestions can forward them to us. And as our building plan is free enough to integrate a good idea, those bigger ideas will be pushed to a DAO voting, and the DAO voting will then decide if the idea is good enough to be integrated into our project. So that's the kind of mechanics we go. If a good idea or a good suggestion will go forward to implementation for Kromatika.
Rich, did you want to add in there? Just I had to. It's okay if you don't. We know you don't need to add for
No,
everything.
no, I think Danny answered that. That's good.
Okay. Next question. This one is from 0x then Aman. 0x then Aman. Do you have any plans to attract non-crypto investors to join your project? Because the success of a project attracts more investors who haven't yet entered the crypto world. What are the plans to raise awareness about your project in non-crypto space?
Okay,
Sure.
I'll take that.
Okay.
Oh yeah, Rio, go for it. Go for it, Rio.
Okay, let me go for it, and then you add on me. So attracting non-crypto users. Well, we recently started ad campaigns, educational ad campaigns to inform non-crypto users on how to use cryptocurrency and educate them about the DeFi DEX space. That's number one. We've also, as Rich Culture mentioned, we going to introduce sometime in the future, 2023, the on-ramp, off-ramp feature. So it allows users easily to onboard and offboard in the DeFi space without having to go through a SEX. Um, through educational tools, uh, that's the only two that currently comes to mind. Rich Culture, do you have anything to add there?
No, actually, that's about it. Because
Yeah.
Kromatika is a DEX. I mean, educational tools. We do kind of specify the importance of your keys is your keys, your crypto. So that's something that we talk about. But Kromatika as a DEX, we are focused on the already existing crypto users. And I think the question asked about investors. So we are not, I mean, yes, great. If we have token holders, it's great, but more objectively, if we talk about it, Kromatika is focused on the users of the tech. I mean, the holders will come secondary. If I may just be honest about it, we're really focused on getting Web 2 to Web 3 migration, helping I would say crypto noobs, first time users, to understand the importance of having your own keys or access to your own keys and how you can trade decentralized. So that is our focus point. So we are not, if you notice, we on our Twitter or our social pages, we don't really talk about, or even in our official channels, we don't really talk about the price of token much. Really, we don't encourage much talk of token price. It's nice, but yeah, we're more focused on the DEX usage and how we can solve problems within the DEX space, and bringing convenience of centralized exchange to DEX space so that people don't really have to go through episodes such as FTX for one, or centralized exchanges. So I hope that kind of answers your question.
Can I just add on that as well, Rich Culture?
Sure.
So, as Rich Culture mentioned, the main focus of Kromatika DAO and all the guilds is um, increasing our DEX users. Our goal is to reach 100,000 users actively using the DEX. That said, once fee generation does come into place with all the volume of the users, we are planning, or the community members can put forward proposals in order for them to reap the rewards of holding the token. Yeah, so I just wanted to point that out as well.
Yep, that was a good point. Yep.
Okay.
You're
Your
pretty
volume is
pretty
low.
silent. Yeah, Vladimir.
Next question. Next question. I don't know what's going in Discord. These bots.
Now we
Nothing's
can
going
hear
on. You hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on here. All right. The next question. Our last question. Femi, what requirements must users meet in order to participate in your governance system, and what benefits will there be as a community and for each Crom holder?
Yeah, I can answer that question. So basically, we were going a pretty easy way when it comes to the DAO voting mechanics, because we are using Snapshot. So you need to connect your Snapshot, your decentralized wallet to Snapshot at our space there. And if we have an open DAO voting, you can just vote with your Chrome token power on Ethereum level 1 or on Ethereum L2, L1. So the reason why we choose L1 or Ethereum mainnet is because our main holder base is on Ethereum mainnet. So, and Snapshot is yet not offering multi-chain votings. So that's why we're going with the DAO voting on Ethereum mainnet. And yeah, that's the thing for DAO. And what's the benefit of it? I mean, you can contribute with your token amount to decisions making for your project. I mean, you can suggest something, it goes to a DAO voting, and then if you're behind it or you're against it, you can vote in your favor. So this is something special. All of people all over the world can come together into a decentralized project and vote on their decisions or on the decisions being made. So I think that's pretty unique in the Web3 section. So that's the biggest benefit. That's why we transferred to a DAO. I see for this project or for a project evolving in the Web3 space to have all crowds together deciding on the future of the project.
Awesome. Oh, you know what just happened to me?
What
Anyway.
attack?
No. my screen. Like I don't know. Everything is just going down right now. Everything's going down right now. I don't know why.
It's the ball.
So yeah, this
Yeah.
Thursday, it's the magnetic forces in the air. So that will conclude the audience questions. Before we close out, is there anything else that you would like to leave the audience with, where to search for you, anything to look out for, potentially keep an eye on, just to make sure that we're covering that?
I saw it Rio sharing in the stage live chat. If you have any questions or interested in any documentation or any official sources, search our Twitter, search our Telegram, join our Discord. Like we will share any information necessary, or just try to answer any question that people will have. So yeah, we're from the community for the community. So that's my final words. And thanks you guys for your time. We defeated the bots, and we will keep on defeating them.
Thank you guys for taking the time. We really appreciate it, and we look forward to seeing what you have to build. And it's always great having these conversations with different projects, just so that we can inform the community a bit more. Obviously, please visit CertiK.com for your due diligence needs. Nothing is financial advice, and also please check out Kromatika on their Twitter, their website, and their security profile page on CertiK as well.